everyone, thank you for joining me on the vegan season, where it's the season to be vegan. Today I'm going to be making a vegan lasagna with tofu ricotta cheese. The tofu is going to take the place of the ricotta cheese. So what we have here are the lasagna noodles. I'm using whole grain lasagna noodles today. Extra firm tofu, soft tofu. We have sugar, basil. I'm going to use pink salt today and some garlic. And in here, this is where we're going to add our veggies to the lasagna. It's chopped kale and chopped spinach. Okay, so this is what we're going to start with, and then we're going to build upon those flavors, and we're going to add more. We're going to use our blender, and we're going to have fun making this tofu ricotta cheese lasagna. So to start, we want to have our large pot of boiling water. I'm going to add a little salt to it. This is sea salt. We're going to add our noodles in there. But before I do that, we want to turn our oven on to 350. We want to preheat our oven. So now, I'm going to add the lasagna noodles to the boiling water. That's what we want to start with first. So I like to put it in different directions so they don't stick. Some of the noodles are broken, but that's fine. Then we want to keep it in there for a minute or two and then give it a stir. And then the rest you just dump in there. Okay, so we want to keep the noodles in here for a minute or two before we stir it. I'm going to add a little bit of oil, just so they don't stick. And I'm using the noodles that we have to boil first. Alright, so the noodles are boiling up nicely. You want to cook it for 8 minutes in total, these noodles. So I'm just giving it a stir, and I'm going to keep it on for another 5 minutes. And then I'm going to drain it, and you'll see what we do next, or what I'll do next. To the blender, I added almond milk and lemon juice, and now I'm going to put in the firm tofu and the soft tofu. So the water's spilling. So we're going to add these to the blender with the seasoning, and then I'll show you what we do once everything is inside of the blender. So this is what the tofu looks like out of the package. This is the soft tofu, and this is the extra firm tofu. So we're going to add that to the blender, and it will splash. Just shove it in there. And then our seasonings, which is sugar, garlic powder. I'm using pink Himalaya salt today, and basil. Add it to the blender. Just being careful to not let it spill, which it did spill. I was trying to be so careful. All right. And then you'll see what we're going to do with this spinach and kale on the side. That's just going to be a layer, an extra layer that we're going to add to the lasagna. Okay, so we're going to turn on our blender. Get everything mixed up in it's blended nicely. So what I like to do to make it easier is I'm going to take the tofu mixture with the seasoning and add it to the kale and the spinach. But before you even start with this kale and spinach, make sure you squeeze out the extra liquid before you add it, because we don't want soggy lasagna, because it has enough liquid in it already, but we don't want soggy lasagna. So I'm gonna pour it in, scrape everything out, stir it up. And again, this tofu takes the place of ricotta cheese. So this is the tofu cheese mixture, and I'm going to mix it together with I almost said lasagna. I'm going to mix it together with the kale and the spinach. So you just want to give it a good mix in there. Give it a good couple of stirs. You just want to take your time with it. Stir it up. I have my baking dish that I'm using. I'm using store-bought tomato sauce. I didn't make my own tomato sauce today, but that will be another video when I make my own homemade tomato sauce. So stay tuned for that one. So we want to take some tomato sauce, a nice layer, and spread it on the bottom of the baking sheet. Now this is 1 bottle of tomato sauce, and I love my lasagna very saucy. So I might go into 2 bottles, you know, so we just want to spread it on there. Yeah, I think I'm going to need 2 because I already see it finishing already. That's not a problem though. And the noodles are already drained. So take some noodles. Even if they're broken, we still want to use them. I mean, the ideal, see, it's still hot. The ideal is whole noodles, but sometimes we just can't get everything we want. So it's still really hot. So you just want to take the noodles, trying to grab good pieces, you know. But I'll work with what's here, because I'm going to use all anyway. Oh, it's still so hot. Ooh, 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 ooh. I'm here digging through noodles just to find a little piece, 2 small pieces to go here, because I want to keep the whole noodles. All right, here we go. And it's the bottom layer, so it's still fine. Just fill it in. I don't think I've ever received a box of lasagna noodles where everything was whole. Let me know in the comments if you guys have the same issue of getting these. I'll just rip this in half. Of getting these lasagna noodles, store-bought lasagna noodles in a whole box. In a box, but no noodles are broken. Let me know in the comments. So we're going to take our spinach ricotta cheese tofu vegan mixture, and we're gonna spread it on. And we're just gonna keep doing this. We're gonna repeat the process, you know. Okay, so from here, we want to use some sauce. You could use a little sauce or a lot. I like a lot, so that's what I'm going to use. So usually when I make lasagna, I buy 2 or 3 jars. If I'm not making my own spaghetti sauce, I use 2 to 3 jars of sauce. I know it's a lot, but I like saucy. I buy my favorite store-bought spaghetti sauce and I just take it from there. Now again, we take more noodles. We just layer it on. So this is what the lasagna looks like before I put it in the oven. I just kept repeating the process as you saw, just layering it in the same order. Now I'm going to put it in the oven. Remember, our temperature is 350 degrees, and I'm going to leave it in there for half an hour, 30 minutes. So I'm going to put it in and set my timer for 30 minutes, and when we take it back out, you'll see exactly what it looks like. So this is what it looks like. I just took it out of the oven, and this is what it looks like. It's nice and hot. It smells so good. I can't wait to eat. So I'm going to cut into it and show you the layers in a few. I just want to let it cool off a little bit. So I'm going to remove the cooking tray, the cookie sheet tray, and I'm just going to put the lasagna on the cooling rack so it could cool off a little faster. And yeah, so this is what it's looking like right now. Thank you for joining me on the Vegan Season. I hope you enjoyed this vegan ricotta tofu cheese lasagna recipe. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Leave comments in the comment section. Also, let's get to 500 subscribers so I can do a face reveal for you. Bye. Enjoy.